We have a question from a spiritual seeker, and they write, I work as a piano teacher. My interest in Advaita comes from both my parents. My mom is a devotee of Ramana Maharishi. I listen to guided meditations of Muji every day. It helps to keep me sane. I wanted to share something I believe you can make sense of. Sometimes I have this intense feeling of viewing everything around me as if it's a dream, and I am not what I am. And at the same time, I look outside my window and wonder, how is everyone not bothered about why are they born and where do they go or who they really are? They just go on about their life every day without a care. I have had this feeling from my childhood, but I couldn't verbalize it until now. It's very hard to explain the uneasy feeling. Have you ever felt this way? Also, if I think about it, I get more confused because I am involving my mind. My mind gives it a story and a meaning. I somehow know that whatever my mind is telling isn't the answer. It is just creative enough to build up a story from whatever it has heard. How do I make sense of this feeling? When awakening happens, which is a concept of mine, one realizes that this is a waking dream, and there is a seer that is detached and remains unaffected from anything or everything that is happening around it, and at the same time it is one with it. This, in my concept, is awakening. It has got nothing to do with how a person lives, what he or she thinks, how they operate, what beliefs they have, what they don't have. I feel that everybody goes through this phase where they do question, why are they here? What is their purpose? What is life? I think all of us question that. However, it is only in the destiny of a few to actually seek intensely the nature of reality, while in the case of others, they shut down that itch, they shut down that natural inclination to know the truth because of fear. For what they have, they want to cling on to it. They don't want to fear, they don't want to live in the fear of losing what they already have. They're too attached. Some may have cushioned jobs, some may have very mundane existence, and they have decided that is their life because it feels safe. So they live in safety. Whereas a seeker does not live in safety. To seek is the beginning of fearlessness. It is when the fear starts to break apart. Now, the mind of a seeker is, if I am like that, why are others not like that? And that is what I call as the last noose, the last knot, the last hurdle of the intellect, where it is saying, if I have experienced this peace and bliss, if I can see that it is all a sham, if I can see that what this world is portraying is a complete whitewash, why can't others be like that? Why can't others see that? And that is where that unease, that feeling of unease that you are experiencing lies. Because a part of the separative system in you still exists, which says that why are others not like what I see? Why do others not see what I see? And the only answer is that they don't see what you see is because it is not in their destiny. And on what basis that destiny is designed is beyond your or my understanding. All we can do is accept the cosmic law, or you can call it the will of God, or you can call it what is happening. But we can never make any sense of why it happens, what is the basis of it. Why some people have to go so much suffering, through so much unconsciousness, and why it is relatively so easy for the rest to just see the truth, plain and simple, here and now. Some masters would say that it is the divine Leela. When Ramakrishna Paramhansa was asked this question, he would say it is divine Leela. Other master would say that is the nature of manifestation. Because if everybody was awake, who would want to live here? Who would want to live in this prison world? And it is prison. Even the scriptures say so. Because there is mind here, the divisive mind. So things are never going to be easy. Just last evening I was listening to a Shabad where Guru Nanak Dev says that this world is a prison, is like a prison, and there is suffering. And even Ramesh said that there is suffering in this world. It's just that through excessive thinking, through this constant division between me and the other, or call it excessive thinking, simply, we make simple imprisonment into rigorous imprisonment. The mind that is fearful does not seek. It wants to conform because it thinks that in conformity is safety. The mind that is fearless begins the seeking. That is the only difference. So it is not that these other people who you examine are off path. They are on the same path as you, but probably they are much behind you. Which is not to say that you are special because you are ahead. Nisargadatta Maharaj would say faster is not better. It is just to say that it is in their destiny to live many moments of unconsciousness before they eventually realize who they are and what is their purpose here. So seeking starts through the source and seeking ends only through the source. This feeling of unease is the mind's last bit. It's one of the last bits and pieces that remain here and there somewhere. But it is again the separative mind bringing attention to itself. Why can't the world be in harmony? Why can't they all know the truth if the truth is so simple and obvious? And there are just theories. My concept is that we can truly never know why that happens. Why some people just intuitively get it. Some are even born with that intuition. Some masters at the age of 5 or 6 experience this unicity. Ramana Maharishi was a teenager when he experienced this unicity. And it became clear to him. However, it is not that the separative mind had disappeared for him in that instant. He still went in search of higher knowledge, in search of more refinement. And he spent a lot of time with himself to know what did he actually glimpse, what did he see in that special experience that he had, where he saw the eye for the illusion it was. So I would say that the feeling of unease is nothing but the last remains of the subtle mind, the separative mind, which is still concerned or bothered with what should be rather than what is. Once that separation comes to an end, it becomes very clear that we all are designed with individual blueprints. For many of us, we spend multiple lifetimes in unconsciousness to eventually arrive at the truth through the exhaustion of samskaras. For others, it is quick, in an instant. But for most people, there is a lot of contemplative inquiry, vichara, that happens before they realize what is happening. You see, when you are happy and peaceful, there is no question. But the moment intensity arises in some form, a feeling, a sensation, a thought, which produces a little bit of irritation or discomfort, the mind immediately comes through the back door and clings to it and says, why am I having this feeling? But it does not want to investigate who is having the feeling. Who is this I that is having the feeling? So again, my opinion, my concept on this is that investigate this I that is feeling. What is the nature of this I? Who is this I? Where has it come from? Is this feeling your continuous experience, or it comes and goes? And Ramana Maharishi himself said that whatever comes and goes is unreal. While in the moment of intensity, the feeling may feel very, very real. Because you see, in the moment of intensity, the you and the feeling are not separate. You are the feeling. The small you, the conditioned entity, the mind, the ego is the reaction, is the feeling. But when the wave subsides, the sensations are milder, more manageable. It's clear to see the distinction that actually there is no intensity, that the intensity is an illusion. It feels very real in the moment. And when it is there, the intensity, it does not like when people tell it that it is unreal. So in the moment of intensity, for some people it's much more, I'm sure it is much milder for you. But for people who are still caught up in the unconsciousness of the world, they are still clinging to fear. They still want to be safe. They still want to accumulate more, to feel whole, to feel complete. For those people, if you tell them that no, your real nature is consciousness, that you are Satchitananda, they will probably get upset and angry. because the ego does not like to be told that it is unconsciousness. So you see, once we totally accept that everything is happening as per the blueprint, or we can say the destiny of an individual mind body organism, we can certainly answer or express when a question is asked. But it is not in our control to change things, to change people, to make them see the reality. That only happens through the awareness. The awareness decides, not the individual. The awareness grips and seizes the individuality. And to what extent it seizes the individuality is also in the control of awareness, but not in the control of the individual. So I think for you it is enough that you can enjoy moments of peace and bliss, recognizing your true nature. The concern with others is just a division that has been created by the mind. The mind says there is you and there are others. But when that separative mind is not there, when you're totally calm and peaceful, absorbed in deep meditation, there is neither you nor there are others. It's all one seamless whole. So that is my perspective on what you've mentioned. I hope this helps. Take care.